Garrett.
What a difference 24 hours make when it comes to the weather. It is beautiful out there now. We have blue skies, some clouds. It couldn't be a better night weather-wise to go racing.
Yesterday was monsoonal as Tropical Storm Bertha came in and camped out here in Concord, North Carolina, dumped 4 or 5 inches of rain. But as Mark said, gorgeous Chamber of Commerce type day here, and hopefully we can get in this race 300 and a little bit more miles to race here at Charlotte today in the Alsco Uniforms 500K, the race that will replace the event at Sonoma Raceway this year.
310 miles. 310.6 to be exact. And again, the stage is very different for this race tonight. Lap 55 will end stage 1. Stage 2 is 60 laps long. It'll end at lap 115. Final stage to lap 208, 93 laps. Again, as we talked about last night, Doug, I think we're going to see the same kind of intensity we saw last week at Darlington in that Wednesday night race.
And then we kind of lost it there at the end and got shuffled around on some restarts. So, hopefully Craftsman Camry's good. It's definitely a different track, obviously a lot hotter and a lot different conditions and a lot shorter race. So going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Darlington was pretty chaotic as far as the short race and guys really charging hard. So I'm sure it's going to be the same tonight.
All right, there's Eric Jones. He will start 10th. Actually, he's going to start up one more row because Eric Almirola, who rolls off 6th, he's going to have to go to the back of the pack, so that's going to move a few people up.
All right, thanks a lot there, Brad Gilley. That's our Toyota top performer. Eric Jones, presented by Toyota. For the latest Toyota racing information, visit toyotaracing.com. Normally, when we come on the air, we have close to an hour and a half of time leading up to the actual start of the race. Yesterday, Mark, we were able to fulfill our obligations and get in the Wix Filters pre-race show. Today, it's come in, say the prayer, play the national anthem, and let's get down to business.
And again, no practice, no qualifying, just drop the rag, and here we go.
Chase Elliott. The guy looked like he had Darlington in the bag, gets crashed late in that race, and here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, almost the exact same thing happens. His teammate crashes, brings out a late race caution, they pit, other teams don't, and he winds up third in the Coca-Cola 600.
Could be going for 3 in a row, but still looking for first win in 2020.
So we'll see how all of that plays out. By the way, the front row today with sports cars starting up front. It's going to be William Byron and Alex Bowman by virtue of their finish in the Coca-Cola 600. They're doing the inversion things again. So let's go trackside now for today's invocation with Brian Coyne, 82nd Airborne Division Chaplain.
Hi, I'm Chaplain Brian Coyne, the Division Chaplain for the 82nd Airborne Division, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And I invite you to join me today in prayer. Almighty God, we thank you for the multitude of blessings you have provided us in this nation, and especially today for the men and women of our armed forces who have given the last full measure of devotion for our republic and her people. Comfort all of those who mourn them, and help each of us to live our lives in gratitude for the freedom they have provided. And in our current crisis, be with our healthcare workers and all of those on the front line of this current fight. Allow them to bring your hope and healing to all. And for our race today, our drivers and crews, grant them your safety. Be with them and all who watch, giving them your peace. We pray in your powerful and gracious name. Amen.
Now our national anthem from Cassidy Pope, The Voice Season 3 winner.
Raced on the dirt ovals of Pennsylvania. Please welcome Season 3 winner of The Voice, Grammy-nominated, Platinum-certified recording artist Cassidy Pope with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming
4 minutes.
Josh, got band 2?
Yes, sir, I do.
Copy.
One, two, yep. Yes, sir, I got you.
Loud, clear.
3 minutes. Two minutes.
Anyway, sweep Ben, I'm not against running it a little bit, get the temperature in.
10-4. One minute. Fired up when you're ready. All good here.
Copy that.
Pace car's rolling. Rolling here. The end of that wall on your right is about 20 away. 20 away there. And then the opening up here just before the 47th box will be our 10 away. So that is 10 away right there. Last sweeper they're working on was on the edge of that PJ1 right there where you're at, and then that one spot up high in 4. They worked on that all the way up until about the time of the anthem, and then they quit. And 4. Second pace car's about 5 back there. You're clear. Be outside behind the 4 when you get up there, and they are at pit road speed. Alright, you're going to pit this time. You all guys can spread out. All single file. Check your pit road speed down pit road this time. Cannot stop, just rolling straight through. Whatever room you need there. Be first gear, 8 green at the line down here. On your lights at the yellow line, right here, all the way through. All the way to the yellow line, right there. All right, be 1 to go at the line. Speeds all look good there. Guys, comp caution lap 20, no fuel till we get to 20. Stages are 55 and 115. Let's have a good night.
Simple, appreciate it. Everybody, made some changes from a few nights ago. See what we can do. Have a good one.
The 10 car that's in your lane up there in 6 has to go to the back. So you should pull up to the top here and be dropping to the back. One to go at the line. All right, inside 19, behind you the 2. 24 is control car on the outside out there, going to lap 20 to start. Have some fun. Simple. Keep in mind your balance is like you ended the race, like we talked about. See you lap 20. Simple. All right, pace car's off. Leader 10 away. 5. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. Ring. All rolling. Still inside. Half back to the 2 with you. Side. 1 back to the 2 now. Half in front of the 4 out front. Bottom lane's really tight. Half in front of the 4. Your lane's still rolling. Good. Still inside 19, came up to you, half back. Still half in front of the 4. Half in front, still inside 19, right with you. Still inside your door. Clear to low, 1 back to 2 wide. Half it, crosses out behind you, crosses out behind you, crosses out. Got you all the way around. Had 2 wrecking to 3, hit up high and then came back down, watching the breeze. A lot of fluid over there as well. Not playing roll of wind. Keep going. What is that? I believe that first contact was just passing these big billboards in the 3. And then they made you both go pit road. Just watch the fluid over here. Got you P15 there. 1-5. Simple. Pace car in 1. bunch of safety trucks up high. They're going to have to cover quite a bit of fluid.
Hey Josh, I don't know where the 8 is, but there's several people talking about the 8 leaking something.
Right there in front of you, Ryan.
I don't have anything on my windshield right now. Copy that.
They just finished blowing off the top of 3 and 4. It's still pretty stained up there in that PJ1. Coming to the green here. It'll be lap 9 at the line. Have the 18 outside, 19 behind you. 21's control car on the outside up front. Yeah, lap 9 still going to 20 for now. All rolling. Go 1 back behind you, half in front of this 4. Go half back 19. Half 19 in line, right with you on your bumper, still outside. Still outside, half in front of the 4 to the 1. Still outside, corner of the 18, still outside. 1 in front of the 4. Half back to the 19, gonna have a run to your bumper, half back 19, right with you. Still outside, just the 18, 2 in front of the 4. 1 in front, half in front now. 1 in front again, still outside your door, half lane off. So there's corner, clear the 18, so by 1 to 2 wide, by 1 to 2 wide, go by 1, go by 1, 1 back a lane higher, by 2 now, by 2, both lanes have an equal run here, 1 back to 2 wide, by 2 in front of both these guys, so 1 back up top, half up top. By 1 again, just an 8 there. Outside your door. So there, the 8. 1 back to 2 wide. Bottoms and nose ahead with you. 1 back. Go half back to the top. Outside corner of the 18. Outside corner of the 18. You're clear. Clear by 2. That top is still about a car length off through the corner. By 2 to 2 wide. By 1 in front of the 8. Go by 1 to the 18, going to push in the top lane here. 1 back up top 18, going to push. Half back up to you in line. Half a top. Outside just an 8. Outside an 8. Still at your door. Still there, corner. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there, corner. Still there. Right with you in line. Right with you. Half bottom. Inside corner. Inside the 8. Inside the 8. Clear low. Quick. Quick. In line. In line. In line. By 2. Nice job, in. By 3 to the 18. Just staying up still. Got clear. 2 back 18. Even, still at your door. Still at your door, just 17, 3 back to the 18. Just a 17 there, so 2 back 18. 5, half off at your door. Still there, corner, corner. Still there, corner to 17. Still there. Still there. Came down in line with you, just at 41 up there now. 17's right from you. Just a 41. Still at your door, half off. Still at your door. Still there, back even with the 41. 3 back to 2 wide. Bottom to have the run. 2 back to the 8 with a big push on the bottom. Big push bottom, 1 back. Still 1 back. By 2 to the 8, 3 in front of this 41 to the 1. Lap 15 here. So by 3 to the 17 on top with the run. 2 back up top 17. 1 back up top. So by 2, stay the lane higher. 1 back. 3 and 4, that CJ1 is decent. 1 and 2 is still about half off. Half up top. Up top, outside corner. Outside 17. 2 back to the 8. Just 17. Still even. Still even. 2 back to the 8. Still 1 back to the 8. Gonna have a big run here. 1 back in line. Half in line. Half in line. Half bottom. Right with it. Outside just a 17. Still there. Corner. You're clear high. Clear. Clear by half. Clear by half. Still half up top. Back in line now. By 4 in front of this 41. 17 is right on you. By 6, that 4 car is running into CJ1 both hands. He's the only one that's doing it pretty well. By 5. So by 3 in front of the 195. So 3 in front. Outside just a 1. Still at your door. Still there. Still there, corner. Still there, corner. Still there, the 1. 2 back 17 and out the outside your door. Still at your door, tight. Half off of you even. Just a 1. 3 back to the 17 with no run. By 3. Outside corner, clear high, clear. By 4, coming to lap 20, keep running till you see the yellow. By 4, out back. By 5. Crosses out, top yellow. By 5. 5. 8 underwater. 10 under oil. A little bit loose on the bottom. Pretty good at the PG1 right now. A little bit tight in traffic when you're going to follow people, but overall not bad. Pretty ready. Feel like I have more speed than that sweet distance on the straightaway. Copy that. Good job there, P11. Pace right here to number 1 and 2. Pit road is open.
only 11 on them. Yeah, let me know if you want to do what we talked about or something different. I was thinking a little more aggressive what we talked about. Copy. What do you think? I agree with you. All right. 3 and 4. All right, P3 there. Kind of hard to pass that up, man. Not many laps on them, and I felt pretty racy. And we saw what those tires did the other night. Yeah, 10-4. I want to tell Joey to choose the bottom here. I can give him a good push. Josh, can you work on that? Do you want to go with the line? Yeah, 22's good with that. Copy. So you got the same restart gears out here, right? E swapped up. Simple. The top 4 stayed out, and through 16th are on 2. Copy. I think we're just fine here. Yes, sir. Outside 43, behind you 21. 22's control car. Lap 24 going to 55. Alright, pace car's off. 10 away. 5. All wrong, 21's right on you. Still right on you, just one outside. Still right on you, 21 still right pushing you. Still outside, the 34 is out by 1. 21 still right on you, still outside corner. You're clear high. 1 back to 2 wide. 1 back to 2 wide, 21 with a nose ahead on the bottom. Still 1 back to 2 wide, both lanes equal, still 1 back. Still 1 back. Still by 1. Got clear on the bottom, 2 back 21. 34 is 1 off of him, so 2 back. Stay the lane high there, 3 back. Yourself is 4 off now. No real gain, so 2.5 back.
1/2 higher there as well by 5. Help it still 4 off. Okay. State bottom, still about 6 about no gain. Little breeze picking up here from 2 to 4. You may feel it on exit 4 by 10. Crosses out off of 4, crosses out off of 4. I had one like you had a flat tire up high in the middle of 3 and 4, and then one spun off of 4 down pit road. Watching debris over here. We just face turn 1. The loose up here on the bottom, but overall, not bad. So I get the runway. If the run goes on, it's going to come to me a little bit, especially moving up. A little bit free with me. Copy that. Still clearing the splitter a little bit here. Being up towards the front, going faster. Hitting a little bit into 3, but was getting better with time. Copy that. We'll be staying out when it's open. There is some weather. It's just off turn 2. I'm sure you can see it. Yeah, simple. Pit road's closed. We're going to come down pit road because they have lightning in the area. So they're going to bring all you guys down pit road single file. Patrolling is sweet. Let's keep digging. I'm all for it. I don't think turn 1's going to be fun when that ring gets here in about 2 minutes. Before. I mean, Sunday we raced through it. Yeah, sure we did. Yeah, pace car will bring you down this time. Just stay single file to 22. Not sure how far they'll bring you up. They're going to stop before the start-finish line, so probably about 10 away from stopping. For lightning, so wants everybody to seek shelter. I think it's a storm that's coming to us. can get out, they just said.
through tower.
Spun, and he will bring out a caution flag.
Literally right before that happened, spotter Tab Boyd and Chad Canals were talking about it. They said he had a problem with his left rear. Once they figured that out, William Byron went spinning, unfortunately.
Here's Chase Elliott. Is he hitting pit road? He looks down. He is going to come onto the pit lane. A bunch of other cars come with him, but Brad Keselowski stays out.
Green flag in the air, on the brake. Give the slide advantage to Keselowski on the inside.
About half a car length, Brad Keselowski's advantage. He's getting a shot from Alex Bowman. Jimmy Johnson trying to battle back. Off turn 2, race leader is Brad Keselowski.
Keselowski now, he makes that same move, tries to sling down to the bottom of the racetrack, tries to break the draft on Jimmy Johnson. Johnson digging about a car length and a half back, but it's Keselowski off turn 4.
Chase Elliott has picked up 5 spots. Now make that 6. Here's Keselowski. He takes the white flag. 2 car lengths back, Jimmy Johnson, as they charge to turn 1 for the final time.
2 and 3 wide behind them, but they're going to settle it between themselves. Keselowski, a car length and a half lead. Johnson goes to the top, trying to find racing room.
Jimmy Johnson is going to close it down. He'll follow in Keselowski's footsteps down to the bottom of the racetrack. They sweep to the outside of the racetrack. Johnson's got it down to 1 car length. Keselowski at the bottom of the racetrack. This is it for the win.
Brad Keselowski off turn 4, 2 car length advantage. Brad Keselowski will claim his first victory in the Coca-Cola 600, bettering Jimmy Johnson. And it's Brad Keselowski coming away with another crown jewel victory.
I hate it. It took me 10 years to get this one. I feel like I've had cars and team good enough to do it, many times over, and it just slipped through our hands, and today it didn't.
The highlights of the race presented by Coca-Cola. While we can't be together to celebrate, together we can honor America's servicemen and servicewomen in the fight against COVID-19.
Grime, friction, wear, destructive words when it comes to an engine. Adding Z-Max microlubricant to your oil and fuel allows it to soak into metal to disperse harmful carbon deposits. You wouldn't wax a car with dirt on it. Don't run your engine without Z-Max. Help improve performance, reduce emissions, extend engine life, and improve fuel mileage with Z-Max microlubricant. Get Z-Max today at zmax.com or your local auto parts store.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. Soon you'll have a separate fridge in the basement, where extra groceries are exiled forever. Remember that frozen lasagna? Of course you don't. It's been down there since 2008. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance. Piece of cake. Behind the lasagna. It's very old. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Okay, we're hearing from NASCAR, if there is no more weather in the area, a.k.a. no more lightning, that we could be back to racing here in just about 15 minutes, and that's the good news. And the track is totally dry. The weather came within about a half a mile of the speedway, but has moved on, so things are looking promising. Today's pace car is a Toyota Camry TRD, and it is presented by Toyota. For the latest Toyota racing information, visit ToyotaRacing.com. If you want to send in your questions to @PRN Live or Guru Garo Riceman61, we'll answer a few of those and have a little fun on the other side of this break. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hey, it's Kathy Martindale and Paul Shad on Z-Max Racing Country. We're so proud of bringing you the best singers in country music and the biggest stars in NASCAR.
It's Kathy and Brothers Osborne.
What would she tell me about you guys?
Knew that I played a Munchkin in The Wizard of Oz. She just thinks it's funny because I'm tall and I thought I played the Munchkin.
Z-Max Racing Country, music from the fast lane.
Hi, this is Major General Chuck Swanner. Each year, Speedway Children's Charities partners with hundreds of programs nationwide that help children, from combating pediatric cancer to providing a healthy meal. We help kids wherever and whenever they need us. Through the support of our longtime partners and awesome fans, we have granted more than $55 million, helping more than 13 million children in your surrounding communities. Learn more about how you can help a child by visiting us at speedwaycharities.org.
The sun is out at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again, the track is dry. The lightning and all that kind of stuff has gone north, and we'll be back racing, hopefully, according to NASCAR, around 8:25 Eastern Time. Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Garrow with Doug Rice, Rob Albright, Pat Patterson, our O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporters tonight, Brad Gilley and Wendy Venturini.
All right, a couple of questions here off the Twitter at Riceman61 or at Guru Garrow. Matt Parsons, what is your favorite moment you've seen at the track, being whole or on the air, just there as a fan or whatever? So, Mark, let's stick to races you've actually been at, not ones that we watch from the couch.
The one that just leaps off the page, again, Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte. He takes out Labonte to win that race at Bristol Motor Speedway. A packed house. The place was going nuts. It was basically the last lap of that race. Earnhardt wins it. I think that's a memory I'll never lose.
No, and mine's very recent. I mean, I have a lot of other ones, but the Fish to the Roval here, the first Roval, and I will give Mark Garrow credit. Before that lap ended, he looked at me and he goes, Doug, remember, they have to clear the chicane. Don't call the winner off of 4. They've got to go through the chicane. And I kept thinking about that, and sure enough, Truex and Jimmy Johnson crash out, and here comes Ryan Blaney just puttering along, and he wins the race.
I told you that because the day before when I did the Xfinity Series finish, I called it out of 4 and went like, oops, wait a minute, they still got a little something to do. They have some more work before they get to the start-finish line.
Mike Thomas tweets in, I don't think Brad Gilley's here with us, but it's right up his alley. Will Eric Jones make the playoffs? If so, does he have a chance?
I think he does make the playoff, but again, declined by Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch. That's going to be very difficult. If he gets to the championship at the final race of the year this year at Phoenix, I see him as the 4th guy maybe sneaking in there.
All right, Brad Gilley, I know you like some Eric Jones.
I mean, I think it's all set up for the championship, right? Isn't that what you guys see? I mean, so far after a few races this year?
I do think he's improved this year. I think they've made a leap forward, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him win a couple of races. Goodno tweets in, did you guys say the Bristol race is Monday? The Bristol Xfinity race is Monday. We will come on the air at 6:30. The race will be at 7. The Cup race, the Food City 500, is still on Sunday.
And the Food City now the official title because they want to thank all the folks who've been working in the grocery store, so they're calling it the Supermarket Heroes 500.
Which is very nice. What you got
Absolutely.
over there, Mark?
Well, I've got the Chan Man. He is tweeting from Kuwait, where, by the way, it is 3 o'clock in the morning Friday right now. What tracks would you like the Cup Series that NASCAR already races on in other series?
That NASCAR already races on in other series. Maybe Mid-Ohio.
That would be interesting.
You know, I like the road courses. I would be fine with adding another road course to the mix.
How about Iowa? I love the length of that racetrack. 3/4 of a mile or 7/8 of a mile. Again, under a mile, just like the old Rockingham, just kind of like that size. I just love that size racetrack. So Iowa would be interesting to me. And, you know, I know another track that would, used to run NASCAR races that I love, Pikes Peak, I thought would have made a great place to run a Cup race. And, of course, that track now basically not doing much of anything but some track schools and things like that.
Went out there and did a bunch of IndyCar races, and it's a pretty part of the country. So Christopher Griffin says, what are your thoughts about the doubleheader at Pocono?
Love it. I mean, I love the idea. It's unfortunate for Pocono that no fans at this point are going to be allowed, and it does look like, according to the governor anyways, he said last week it was in the red, it was a hot spot. That area now has been brought down to yellow. And he said if it was in the yellow, they could run the race. So I expect or I hope that NASCAR will announce that at the end of June we'll still get to run that doubleheader at Pocono.
All right, Steve Gilkey tweets in, would you all please send me an autographed PRN or Charlotte Motor Speedway hat? Probably do that. You can even let Brad Gilley sign it.
Ouch.
Not good.
Do we have new hats, by the way? Mine's kind of like wore out.
Some people have new hats. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. Wow. Can I politic right now? Please, can I have a new hat?
I think it's a little unseemly to grovel on the air, but sure, you can.
It's a hat, man. I got to beg.
What's going on over there, Wendy?
I'm watching it rain.
No.
Yes, look out this window right in front of you. It's raining now here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So, unfortunately, it just started to come down, and we knew there was another storm nearby, but it looked like it was going to miss it. This is a light rain. This isn't a heavy downpour, though. So I think we're not going to lose the track. I don't know. That's my confidence.
Here's the weird part, though. They just moved the Toyota Camry TRD pace car. It was pointed at the cars as they were on the pit lane. They're 2x2 facing turn 1. The pace car was facing them. It backed away, and there's a gray spot where the where the pace car was, and then it's dark all around it, which means there's some dampness, at least on the pit lane right now. Not a lot. Nowhere near what we had yesterday, which was a monsoon kind of thing going on because of Tropical Storm Bertha. Right now, the Toyota track drying team is coming out onto the racetrack, so NASCAR is quickly going to jump on this.
And this cell kind of looped around. We thought it had bypassed the speedway. It had moved on up toward the north side of the track, toward Concord, North Carolina, and seemingly backed up a little bit, and we're getting some residual rain right now here at the racetrack. And as Mark said, the track drying team is out there, and this is going to hold us up for a little while longer, and we'll wait and see about making program decisions here. If they do what is called lose the track, meaning it gets 100% wet. Right now, it's just kind of damp.
Looking back again at our Twitter feed, this kind of fits in with what we're dealing with right now. This is Money Line Hunter. He said Governor Cooper, who was the governor of North Carolina, must have told Mother Nature to implement a stay-off-the-track policy for Charlotte and their races this week.
Well, we have been dogged by weather throughout all of this. We had an hour-long weather delay for the Coca-Cola 600, and we've been dancing around showers here the rest of the time. And, of course, yesterday, a total washout. Yesterday was like living in a science fiction movie. 1 minute there is a tropical depression off the coast of South Carolina. It literally takes a hard left-hand turn and made a beeline toward Concord and Charlotte.
Like it had a magnet, this racetrack for it. Also from Twitter, this is kind of like in Doug's wheelhouse now. Brandon Reed tweets, well, Rice Man and Guru Garo, you guys always talk Star Wars, but I want to know who your favorite doctor from Doctor Who is.
I've got to admit, I know I'm going to get grief on this. I've never been a big fan of the Doctor Who's. It's not that I don't like it. I've devoted so much time to a lot of other sci-fi that I haven't watched the Doctor Who series. So, Brandon, I'm sorry I can't answer that.
And I can't either.
One day I will start watching those because a lot of people think that's the best science fiction of all. I did during all the stay-at-home quarantine thing. This is how worthless my life is. I did watch all of the Marvel movies in their correct order as they transpire in the Marvel universe. So I did have that going on. So,
Doug, was that in between your home improvement shows that Penny wanted to watch?
Yes. Yeah, I had to sneak into the man cave to watch the Marvel shows. So that's how that's going. I'll tell you how much the home improvement stuff got to. I got in and cleaned out the crawl space. When you're doing that, when you work, and
you've reached the bottom of it all, right?
I kind of feel like it's getting to the end of the internet. I reached the end of home improvement when I was out there getting stuff out from the crawl space.
And you do that once every 10, 20 years, maybe?
You do that once.
Yeah. You crawl in
End
there.
of story. No more back in the crawl space.
All right, from Twitter, 9 Clyde. You know the reason Mother Nature isn't cooperating is because she hates, and that's in capital letters, she hates the talk of shorter races and shorter weekends. Y'all stop that talk, and she'll cooperate.
Well, it has been, we've been living in kind of not that wet. They have the track drying vehicles out here right now doing their very best. And if you want to chime in and fire in questions, Wendy, you want to get in on this? You want them to hit your Twitter handle too?
Absolutely.
She's got like a billion followers anyway. So.
I have all my screens open, so if anyone wants to tweet away, either at PRN Live or at Wendy Ventrini, I'm answering both of them.
All right, so we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll take some more of your questions on social media and watch the paint dry here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Blue Emu Maximum Pain Relief, the official pain relief cream of the Performance Racing Network.
Did you know that you can take PRN with you anywhere? That's right. By downloading the free PRN mobile app, you can listen to all of our live race broadcast anywhere. You'll also have easy access to all of our award-winning studio shows. So, download the PRN mobile app today for station listings and on-demand access to our show archives. Get all the latest racing information at your fingertips with the PRN mobile app. Available now in the Apple App Store and on Google Play.
At Toyota Racing, we know it's a privilege just to race. It's a privilege to feel the rumble of the engines. A privilege to have Kyle, Denny, and Eric Jones on our team. A privilege to be among legends, and a privilege to win. But there is no greater privilege than having the support of our fans. Even though we're not together, we know you're with us when we cross the finish line. So count on ToyotaRacing.com for all the action today and tomorrow. Toyota. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, Inc.
Back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, want an easy way to see if you could save money on car insurance? Geico gives you 3. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. Go online to geico.com or stop by the Geico office nearest you. 3 ways you can save 15% or more. From Charlotte, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Speedway Children's Charities was started by Bruton Smith in 1982 as a way to serve children in and around the Charlotte area. That idea grew into an amazing resource, providing funding for hundreds of charities over the years. Now we need your help more than ever so we can continue our support of the charities on our front lines. Many local organizations rely on Speedway Children's Charities to continue operating their essential programs that help feed, clothe, and shelter children in need, as well as providing medical support and therapeutic treatment for those most at risk. Would you consider helping us as we navigate through this challenging time? Even a small gift of $10 could provide a personal hygiene kit for a struggling family, and a $25 donation could provide a month's worth of meals for a child in need. Please visit speedwaycharities.org/donate today and become a partner in change with us.
Welcome back to Charlotte Motors Speedway. Doug Rice, Mark Guerra, Wendy Venturini up top here. Brad Gilley will poke out of the media center here shortly when they give the all clear for the Lightning in the area, and of course Pat Patterson and Rob Albright in the turns. We are in a red flag situation. We had a brief shower. We've had some lightning in the area, and Wendy, I think you can give us an update on what we're looking at the weather-wise.
Yeah, it looks like the rain has stopped. The track drying has started. But we do know there's another lightning strike about 8 miles away. So NASCAR's Steve O'Donnell said it's going to be a little bit longer than 8:25 than we originally guesstimated with this other lightning strike. If it does head towards the speedway, it will shut us down for another 30 minutes.
Okay, here's a quick little weird stat. You know I'm a numbers guy. Going into this race, Matt DiBenedetto had led 6 laps on the season. He led 10 more tonight. That's 16. Last year, the Wood Brothers Racing Team out front for only 11, all 36 races. So Matt DiBenedetto a little bit ahead of the curve, and he looked very racy, Doug, when we started this race.
Look, he's
very
aggressive.
Racy.
He's aggressive. He's shown he can run up front. He's had a couple of opportunities to win, only to be denied, so not surprising. Going back to our Twitter feed here, Kyle Rickey from the Motor Racing Network tweets to us, Mark. He goes, "Hey, Rice Man, so who is your favorite Marvel character?" Tough question. I'm going to go with obvious. I'm a big Iron Man fan. Second, probably Thor. I love the Iron Man series. I think of picking them out. And he says, how long did it take you to do the Marvel Marathon? Probably about 2 weeks. I had a hard time locating a couple of the shows that weren't on the Disney Channel.
Is the Hulk part of that?
Oh yeah, the Hulk is
Yeah, he's my guy.
Yeah.
Because, like, when he slams little puny people, you know, I love that.
He does that a lot. I can see where that... I can see where you'd be a Hulk guy, Mark. I don't have any problem with that at all.
Let's go to Scott Felthausen. Which current SMI Cup Series track would you say has the best concession stand, and what makes that particular stand the best?
Wow, we don't get to go to the concession stands much. But I was going to say, Laura Beth Barnhart, our directors at Sonoma, they have a lot of local vendors right behind where we have, and they have a lot of, like, roasted corn and things like that.
And I like that choice. But how about here at Charlotte? They are always coming up with something cool, like deep frying, Oreos and sticks of butter and just all kinds of cool stuff.
Okay.
Every year they got something different.
Wendy is over there making faces as we're talking about all these horrible foods. If you don't know it, folks, Wendy runs a gym. She runs a burn boot camp. She is probably the most physically fit person I know. So, anyway.
That's saying you must not know a lot of people, Doug.
I don't know a lot of people. Any chance? All right, this comes from Zach Dahl. This is a good question, guys. I want to get your thoughts on it. Any chance Dale Earnhardt Jr. returns for a race or two? Well, he comes back periodically and runs a couple of Xfinity shows.
He has a contract. I think he runs one a year, and I believe it was going to be Homestead, Miami. He was going to run the Xfinity Series race this year.
I would like to see, and it was talked about a little bit last year down at Daytona, that they were trying to put together a super team of Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, and Jimmy Johnson to run the 24 hours of Daytona.
Now, that'd be cool.
Yeah. That would be really cool, but I would kind of feel for all the other drivers in the field, because they would be like, why are we here? Because all the media attention would be around the super team.
And it would just give them extra incentive to go out and beat the super team and be able to climb out of the car and do that. How about James Beckett? NASCAR, hats off for a minute. Which European track would you most like to visit to watch a race?
I'd go to Monaco.
Oh, that's my choice.
Yeah.
The Grand Prix of Monaco. I'm not sure we could afford it.
Nope.
I'm not sure we could afford it. But Monaco. The other one, Doug, that I've always been fascinated about is Silverstone in England. That is just a really cool racetrack as well.
Is that where they do the hill climb type thing?
No, that's where they do the Grand Prix.
Oh, okay.
Of England.
People are all over the board with their questions. Thanks for tweeting to us. You can tweet to Wendy Venturini, Guru Garrow, or at Reisman61. Best NHL team near you. There's only one NHL team near us, and that's the Carolina Hurricanes. And
they're pretty good.
They are pretty good. And shout out to the guy that runs their arena down there, Jeff Merritt. He's a former App State guy and keeps me informed on what's happening. NHL looks like they're going to come back, and they're going to play in 2 cities and expand their playoff format. It's going to be pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, they're going to play the game and then go out and get a suntan, go to the beach or something, with that happening in the middle of summer instead of winter. All right, this one is absolutely Doug Rice's. Taylor Hudson Columns. Can we get a 90.5 WASU radio shout-out, App State 2020 graduate?
Wow, you certainly can there, Taylor Hudson. Spent a lot of time at WASU, which when I was at App, we actually had radio signals back then.
I thought it was 2 coconuts on a string.
Wasn't much more than that. It was the Grand Wazoo, and I'm really proud of what my school has done with their communications department. They have one of the finest radio studios and television setups in the state and in the Southeast. So, sure, you get a shout-out.
Now here's Michelle Batten, and then in parenthesis it says potty mouth Jaguars fan. Not sure what that is about. Will Chase Elliott win a race this year?
Absolutely. I think he'll win a couple, maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Because they've shown that they're capable. Circumstances have intervened, but it won't be a fluke.
He could have won the last 2 races fast enough up front. We know what happened at Darlington with Kyle Busch. If his teammate doesn't pop a tire with 2 laps to go in the 600, Chase Elliott wins that going away. And again, it's been a lot of talk about whether or not crew chief Alan Gustafson should have brought Chase Elliott onto pit road. As it turns out, Brad Keselowski didn't. That turned out to be the winning move of the race, so there's been a lot of talk about that. But Chase Elliott has a ton of speed, and right now, Doug, he's got a ton of determination. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he just seems like he is super hyper-focused, and that team has the speed to win. I'm with you. He's going to win multiple races.
Yeah, I honestly say this, and I'm not trying to placate the legion of fans that Chase Elliott has. I think he is going to be in the mix for the championship. Wendy Matt Parsons asked Mark and I, so we answered this, your favorite moment that you've seen at the track in a race that you attended either as a fan or as part of the media corps.
Yeah, I actually just tweeted back to Matt. I didn't get a chance to answer on the air. But my favorite moment, I think, calling as a broadcaster was when Tony Stewart climbed the fence at the Brickyard. I think it was a cool celebration. it was something unique. It was different. It was one of those moments that is kind of ingrained in my brain forever. It's cool.
Ruthie Robertson, do you feel the Dega race, the Dega Fall race, Talladega, is going to be able to have fans there? I'm hoping so. I think we'll have fans by the time we get to that time of the year.
At some point in time, we'll get fans back in the stands. No one knows right now, and if they do, they're not telling when that's exactly going to be. When do these tracks decide to loosen the reins? A lot of that has to do with municipalities and governments and people saying, okay, it's time, let's go. And we'll see. But I'm hoping by the fall. I'm also hoping by the fall we're teeing up a pigskin and playing some college football, and the NFL's back, too.
The other day, Speedway Motorsports CEO Marcus Smith did a Zoom press conference, and he talked about the fact, Doug, that people need to remember that it's a balancing act, right? You have the local officials in Cabarrus County and Mecklenburg County that they deal with here at the track. Then you have Governor Cooper and the folks in Raleigh, and then you have federal guidelines to deal with as well. But he's very hopeful that we'll see fans very soon. He also said, Doug, interestingly enough, that there have been other pro sports here at the track visiting. Live Nation, which of course is a big concert company, they're wanting to get back into action, and they can't have a concert unless they've got obviously spectators and fans at those concerts. So they've been visiting Charlotte Motor Speedway to see some of the protocols and things that the track has been doing to keep everybody safe from the COVID-19 coronavirus.
Christopher tweets to us, and Wendy, get in on this. What is your favorite track to call a race from?
I love going to Bristol next week. I think it's exciting and it's quick. You got to be on your toes. It's so fast at Bristol. I thought it was a fast race to cover as a pit road reporter, and then when I went into the booth upstairs from your vantage point of you two, it was much more difficult and probably the biggest challenge for me as a broadcaster, which I take on a challenge. So Bristol.
Mark?
I love Atlanta. You never know what you're going to get. The race surface is wore out, and that's not a bad thing. The drivers love it. It chews up tires. There is an ebb and flow always to the race there. And, Doug, you and I have been doing races there now for the better part of 3 decades, and we've seen some of the best finishes in NASCAR history at that racetrack.
2 good answers, and I'm going to go with recent history. Right now, it has a long legacy of 2 years. I like calling the action on the Roval here at Charlotte. I know there are people that say, oh, it's gimmicky, it's this, it's that. It's entertaining because there's stuff going on all over the racetrack, and it's had 2 dramatic finishes. The first year with Johnson and Truex wrecking. The next year, Chase Elliott's big rally. I just think it's cool.
I think we've seen 2 great races on the Roval. You talked about Chase Elliott, a race where the leader drives off into turn 1, drives into the fence, backs up, and eventually wins the race. How can you argue against that? Tony Stamilio, my question is, why did NASCAR cancel Chicagoland and Sonoma races? My other question, do you think NASCAR will ever go back to North Wilkesboro and Rockingham for a race? So question 1, Doug, can you explain Chicagoland and Sonoma?
Yes, pretty easy to do. They're trying to catch up the schedule. They had to run multiple races here now to make up for the 7 races that they didn't get to run at the height of the pandemic, and the teams didn't want. They're trying to save money by not traveling as much. Pretty easy call for not going to California, which is also a state that's very slow to reopen. And so save money. The fact that California is still on lockdown in a lot of places, they're running this race here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Chicagoland was substituted by the Short Darlington race.
The Illinois state governor and, of course, the governor of California, Doug, as you touched on, very strict right now. They are not really in the big reopening stages in either one of those states, and that's obviously a big problem. So, again, when a racetrack says, hey, we'd like to come back, that's the first place they got to go, right? You have county officials and state officials, and if they say, well, right now you're not welcome, we need to wait, that's why we had the problems for Chicagoland and Sonoma. All right, so do we go back to North Wilkesboro and Rockingham ever?
No. Those, they had their days. I'm sorry. I went to all of those places. I've been to tons of races there. North Wilkesboro would take so much money to bring that back to life to make it raceable. Rockingham had a shot. People spent a lot of money down there to hold truck races. The first one was kind of well attended. The second one was in front of crickets. So, no, and I
And the drivers, though, love Rockingham. They would love to go back to Rockingham.
And I don't think that's going to happen now. If some entrepreneur with all kind of money wants to go in and bring these places up to code and try to have a race, more power to them. I would sign on for that. A couple of obtuse questions here. What ship wins in a head-to-head battle, the Enterprise or a Star Destroyer? Why do you even send me this question? The Enterprise is going to win because their captains are smarter. Whether it's Kirk or Picard, the Enterprise is going to win every time.
And Scotty's in the engine room.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
You knew that, Mark. I'm so proud. Oh.
I'm giving it all she's got, Captain.
There you go. The lithium crystals are cracked. We don't have any more. I don't know why they never carried any spare ones. And the other problem I have with the whole Star Trek universe, they are brilliant. They travel across the universe at warp speed.
Uh-huh.
Put some seatbelts on the Enterprise. Is that too much to ask? Put a seatbelt on there so Picard is not getting knocked all over every time they get shot.
Whoa. Captain Kirk, let's not go Picard here. Let's be old school about it.
I mean, either way, but still, you're the most advanced people in the world as it started to rain.
Well, isn't it good that Star Wars is not PC, for goodness sake?
Well, Star Trek,
yeah.
But anyway, would it have been too much to ask the engineers to have come up with seatbelts? That's all I ask, folks. Sorry. Wendy, have you got anything else over there? You want to bail me out here?
I can't ever bail you out. No, I'm following the tweets of the race fans and getting some photos sent to me. That's always fun to see what race fans are up to. I do want to say, Grandma says, at Woke Grandma, hello from Aunt A. She says to me, I had fun you signing my hat at Michigan International Speedway. I'm 88 years old, and I'm loving it. And she sent me a picture of me signing her sun hat. I love it. I love this. This totally made my night.
Just kind of like my mom. My mom is a great big
sweet.
NASCAR fan, 83 years young. How about this question? This comes from James Maples, which current F1 or IndyCar driver you'd like to see cross over to NASCAR for a few seasons?
Joseph Newgarden.
Yeah, he'd be good.
I like him. And he came here and ran that IndyCar last year on the Roval for about 9 laps. And we sat up here and just grinned the whole time. That was pretty good stuff.
I'd love to see Lewis Hamilton, the F1 champion, come over and run. He has obviously taken an interest in all kinds of racing. He's actually, I believe, been to one of the season finales at Homestead Miami Speedway a year or two ago. And I'd love to see him do it. From the IndyCar series, I think Joseph Newgarden would be a great choice.
From Brad Gilley, this is directed to you, Mark. Which media center has the best cookies?
Oh, my goodness. There's so many.
Yeah.
But, here's the strange thing. Believe it or not, and this is absolute gospel truth, I haven't eaten a cookie in weeks. None.
The quarantine's tough, isn't it?
None during the quarantine. None at all.
I will bail Mark out partially here. I'm going to go with Bristol Motor Speedway because they have a freezer that's full of ice cream. So there you go.
That's almost not fair.
So that bails you out. That trumps everything. 24 ever simply says Talladega or Daytona. Wendy.
Ooh, Talladega.
Really? Mark?
Yes. So
my
so
two
many good
choices
memories.
again, Daytona or Talladega?
Daytona or Talladega. Tough call, isn't it?
Daytona.
I gotta go Daytona for the heritage.
Yeah.
But I love me some Talladega.
Well, you just love with that start-finish line is at Talladega. You think you come out of turn 4 at Daytona, you figure 1 or 2 blocks, you got it made. You do that at Talladega, and you go like you're driving for your life to get from the exit of turn 4 to the finish line.
Doug, I have to follow up with this tweet from John Hoover. He says, which broadcaster is most likely to be at Talladega Boulevard on a Saturday night?
From our crew?
Yes.
Me.
I said Doug Rice.
Absolutely.
Doug Rice would be the king on Talladega Boulevard.
I might be there till Sunday morning. You never know. I'm going to own that. That's all me. If you're playing baseball on the moon, this comes from Galax Gazette Sports. If you're playing baseball on the moon and you hit a ball into a crater, is it a ground rule double? I don't know, but that's a great question. I love that.
Yeah.
By the way, we picked up a sprinkle again here just a moment, but still doesn't look like we've lost the speedway. And if you're just tuning in and you go, what are these nuts doing answering these questions? We're playing out the red flag here. We can't have Brad Gilley interviewing drivers because lightning has shut that down. And so we're answering your Twitter questions at Guru Garrow, at Wendy Venturini, or at Riceman61, and having a little fun by that. And we appreciate all the folks who have chimed in.
Waylon Watts. Favorite NASCAR paint scheme ever? What do you think, Wendy? You got one?
Oh gosh, there's so many. No, I can't think of one off the top of my head right now. Let me think.
By the way, Hank Lee just reminded me, at Atlanta Motor Speedway, when they run the QT 500 down there, the Folds of Honor QT 500, the media center is turned in to a QT convenience store.
Yeah.
That is a strong play. They even have roller food.
The donuts and the hot dogs. Yeah, it's donuts. You notice how they split it up? Donuts and hot dogs on this side of the room, and then healthy food, yogurt, and salad on the other side.
I've never been over to that other side. I can't really get past the corn dogs.
I've got a favorite paint scheme. I used to love watching Bobby Allison in the Miller High Life car.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
car a really good one.
Is really kind of iconic. I think the gray Ghost that Buddy Baker drove. And I also loved the Wrangler Chevrolet, the iconic blue and yellow car that Dale Earnhardt drove.
What about Mountain Dew? I think of Mountain Dew.
Oh, Darrell Waltrip, that first one was great.
Between Wrangler, Mountain Dew, STP, there's so many good ones from old school. I'm an old school.
Most of them are more old school because there's not as much integration of sponsors done in. I was always a big Kyle Petty Mellow Yellow paint scheme fan. I think that car just pops off the racetrack, and when they do retro cars, I think it looks really, really good.
And his hair went well with that. It just matched neon and Kyle Petty curly hair.
Yeah. Here's actually a serious question from Adam Kivette, I believe. If NASCAR adopts a more condensed weekend, how does that affect TV and radio, or does it affect it at all? I think the biggest thing would be if they went to shorter races like this, you sell X number of commercials during a race. You would have less to sell, but your hope would be that your ratings for television and radio would go up enough that you could raise your rates and make up for the lost revenue.
Horses.
Wow.
We're really getting serious
I think
about
the
this
horse-sized duck, I've only got to beat one thing. 100 duck-sized horses, I think, would just, no. I'm going to go with the one.
All right. Another European-based question. Which Europe track would be your favorite for a one-off NASCAR race? I'm not going to go Europe on this one. I want to go Dubai. That thing is all lit up at night and such a cool-looking racetrack. So the F1 teams run that track, so I'm going to go with Dubai.
It has to be a European track?
Well, maybe an F1 track, I guess is what they're saying.
I want to go down and visit the Circuit of the Americas.
Ooh,
Texas.
That would be a good NASCAR track. I agree with you.
Eddie Gossett somewhere just twixed. There are no other tracks in Texas. Can't say that.
Oh, my goodness.
John Hoover, do you announce races in your head when you're not working? No. I don't have a lot of room up there, so I can't do that.
Brian McComb, for all three, favorite non-standard racing event you've ever attended at a racetrack? And I'm trying to remember this, but I will say this. Last year, I went to Albany, Saratoga, Malta, New York. Now, this is where, in 1971, when Richard Petty won 4 races in 11 days, it started on that dirt track way back when. What is that, 49 years? Saw 3 great modified features at Albany, Saratoga last year, and that just blew my mind. Also, I've got to admit, Doug, I'm going to be a little bit of a homer. My first racetrack that I announced at was only 20 miles from my home, Fairhaven's Devil's Bowl Speedway, Fairhaven, Vermont. That's one of my great fond places to go to a non-NASCAR race. What about you, Wendy?
I was trying to go back in time here on my Irwindale. I was trying to figure out the year. It was Irwindale Speedway when I won that Powder Puff race. I'm still researching. I'm like 7 questions back, you guys. This is how far back. I'm following Twitter, and
so
I'm way behind.
So in 1988, were you born in 1988?
Yes, I was born.
All right. So we'll catch up with Wendy on that. My favorite non-NASCAR kind of one-off race. The guy that used to be my boss here at Speedway, a guy named Doug Stafford. We went on a trip to Rockford, Plains, Illinois, I think.
Right.
To that racetrack up there.
Right.
Rockford Speedway?
Rockford Speedway,
That's my dad's home track.
We went up there because the promoters were people that did all of these outlandish stunts.
Yes.
And I went up there to watch the Figure 8 trailer races.
What year?
Wendy, it had to be in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's when Doug was my boss here. And we went up to watch the trailer races at Rockford Speedway, and they raced them on a Figure 8, and it was a race car that was pulling a trailer, and some of them had like an outhouse built on it or a refrigerator or anything like that, and there was lots of crashing and things going on, and it was awesome. But those folks were some of the forerunners of the ideas that they had. Humpy Wheeler was a big fan of them, Doug Stafford, and we'd go up there and get ideas and then try to apply them here at Charlotte.
So that's the track I grew up at.
Okay, that's
so
a cool racetrack.
I played on the playground as a little girl as my dad raced around Rockford Speedway, same racetrack that Chad Knaus grew up on because his dad and my dad raced together. So a little history fact for you guys.
One quick note, the teams have now begun to take the covers off the cars, and that's a good sign. We're going to be racing here in just a few moments. You guys talking about that kind of weird race brought to mind this. New Smyrna Speedway. When I used to work for MRN down in Daytona, they used to have bag races. And you'd put a bag over the driver's head, and he'd have a passenger, and the passenger would give him, the instructions. Turn now, hit the brakes, don't hit the wall, whatever. And a person who was legally blind was one of the drivers who would win races. It was the only racetrack in America where a legally blind person was a winner of a race. That gets about as bizarre as it gets right there.
Mule Driver criticizes us and says, why did you guys not mention the MGD car for Rusty Wallace, the black and the gold paint scheme? Great looking race car. You're going to miss some. You're going to miss some. That's.
How about this? Jacob Ivey, I would absolutely love to see NASCAR tackle the Isle of Man TT course. Now, this is where they run this really high-speed motorcycle race. And you talk about a race that's not safe at all. They're racing down cobblestone roads. They're racing through the country. The track is 38 miles long, and you can barely fit 3 motorcycles side by side. I don't know what this guy's thinking. They could run a NASCAR race, but that'd be wild.
What is the best NASCAR fight you've ever seen? That comes from Kyle Minino. I probably killed your name there, Kyle. I apologize. The best NASCAR fight you've ever seen. I'm going to go with the classic. I'm going to go with the 79 Daytona 500 and the pig pile that was the Allisons and Cale Yarborough there. Let's go down to Brad Gilly.
All right, Joey Logano is going to save us from all of this, and he is currently the leader here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Joey, what have you felt out on the racetrack so far? What do you expect to feel now that we've had this short delay?
Well, it seemed like it took a couple laps for that PJ1 to come in, but it came in quite a bit quicker than it did in the 600 after having a few races and all 600 miles and a couple Xfinity and truck race afterwards. So, I think that'll kind of come back around to us pretty quick again. We got a great track position, and hopefully we can hang out of that through the first stage here and throughout the rest of the race, hopefully. So, got a good start going, just got to keep rocking it.
What does a break like this do to your rhythm? Does it do anything? Does it change kind of the momentum, the makeup of the game?
I'll let you know. I think it'll be good for our car. I think the direction of the balance and where we're at right now, I think the track cooling off is only playing into our hands, I believe. So looking forward to getting the Shell Penzo Mustang back out.
All right, he's already got 2 wins this year, looking for number 3 here tonight. That's Joey Logano.
All right, thanks a lot there, Brad Gilly. Nice to hear from Joey Logano as he gets ready to tackle this racetrack here and get back into the action. Could be one of the favorites here tonight. The reason that we're taking questions on Twitter and kind of clowning around is because we've been under a red flag. We had lightning strikes near the speedway. We had a very, very light shower. We didn't ever lose the racetrack, but they had to bring out the track drying equipment. Then we had another lightning strike, and every time they do that, NASCAR tries to back it up another 30 minutes because safety being paramount. But it looks like the weather, for the most part, has all moved out of the Concord area, and hopefully we'll be racing again here very shortly. They're taking the car covers off, and as you heard, the drivers are coming back out to their cars.
Again, the Toyota track drying team has been out there along with a number of jet dryers. And so while even there was no rain coming down, Doug, and we were out, sort of trying to outwait the lightning, they used that time well. And now they're pulling a number of the trucks that belong to that Toyota track drying team off the racetrack. And again, that is a positive sign.
Todd Copeland says, do you ever think they'll have a cup race at Eldora Speedway? I know Tony Stewart and Roger Slack that run that place would love to have that happen. I don't know. It would be fun, but I can't see it happening.
I just don't think the Cup cars are made for dirt track racing. You kind of like to see it. They did it in the old days, but with these cars and their current configurations, they would seem so slow on a track like Eldora. Probably really wouldn't be that much fun to watch. Let's go back down to Brad Gilly.
Standing here with Ty Dillon. Ty, it sounds like the first 30 laps of this race have been a little bit eventful for the Geico Chevrolet. Is something wrong with your power steering? What's going on?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not been a great start for our hump day Geico Camaro. As soon as we pulled off pit road, we didn't have power steering. That's kind of a unfortunate, I guess not a benefit, but part of not being able to practice. And you have things like this that happen time to time. And our team has been so efficient building great race cars. It just, we don't know really what's wrong with it. We're going to keep trying to work at it, but we won't give up. We're not out of it. It's just going to make it really hard tonight. You can't free up your car like you need to. You gotta drive it tight so it doesn't snap loose on you and put you in the wall. So it's an unfortunate start tonight, but we're not done yet. We're going to keep fighting.
All right, good luck slugging it out there. Ty Dillon, by the way, he mentioned the Hump Day Geico Chevrolet. Hey, guys, the hood of this, it literally has the camel and says Hump Day.
And, of course,
well played, Brad.
Yeah, I like it. He sounded just like it. Our pit reporters tonight, as always, brought to you by the great folks at O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you're guaranteed to get an everyday low price on the parts you need. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every single day.
When we finally wrap up the action here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, you will hear from us Sunday, May 31st at 2:30 Eastern Time, as we have the Food City 500. The next day, on Monday at 6:30, we'll be back with the Cheddar's 300 presented by Alsco, and that will be at 6:30 on Monday. So the Xfinity race at Bristol has been moved to Monday to accommodate television so they can strike their set here and then get up to Bristol and get ready to televise the races.
Do we use the theme song from NFL Monday Night Football to get into that race?
Dun, 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 dun. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Katie Courier, this is an interesting tweet right here. Kate,
a little blasted off, but hopefully the guys can fix it. I don't really know what happened there. I just assumed he was taken 4. The message wasn't relayed to me that he was taken 2. But on the flip side of that, I feel like they probably should have told William, because we were already committed to the box. So I think it was a little bit of a miscommunication on both of our ends. Hopefully he can recover halfway decent. I know our guys are going to get this thing fixed back up.
Now, normally you can't see the damage on your race car because you're driving it, but you've had the opportunity to get out. Does that help or not help you knowing exactly how bad it is?
In this instance, it's helped because it's not that bad, and it can give me a little bit of confidence once the guys can get the hood fastened back down and on the right, in the right kind of spot. So hopefully we can get the Superior Logistics car fixed up and represent all of our sponsors pretty well, Schluter and Keen Parts, and give these guys a good day.
All right, there is Corey LaJoy.
Thank you very much, Brad Gilly. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network. Here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, it's the Alsco Uniforms 500. It's a 500.
4, gotcha. Yep, I gotcha. 4. They're finishing up really low down the backstretch and apron of 3 and 4, but the track looks really good. 4. Minutes till we fire back up. They're staying tracks ready. They're putting set dryers up now. Full. Alright, you can fire it up when you're ready. They want the crew guys to try to walk behind the wall if you can. If you can get to the opening and walk behind the wall. Alright, starting to roll. There's 10 away there if you want to look at your box now that it starts. Pit road is open this time. Fan out. 21 to go at the line. Lap 33 at the line here, so 34 when you get the green, so 21 to the end of the stage. Go on 2 batteries for rest of it here. Alright, inside 22, behind you the 1. 22 is control car. Lap 34 going to 55. Pace cars off. 10 away. 5. All rolling. 1 is half off of you. Itself is 1 off. Bottom still pushing harder. 1 is half off of you. Itself is still 1 off. Still inside. Still inside 88. Still inside 88. 1 is still half off of you. Itself is half off. Still inside 88. It'll be top of 3. Top of 3. 1 inside corner. Clear by half to the bottom. Half bottom. Half bottom. Half bottom. 1 back up top of 1. Clear by 1. Half outside corner to 1. Outside the 1. Just doing the 1 there. By 4 out back. Just the 1. By 4. With 2 back to 88. By 5, you stay bottom of you. 2 ahead of the 1. Go by 4 to the 88, then 6 off of him. 4 ahead of this 1. Go 2 back to 88, you stay bottom, gain it on enter the center, you 41, exit by 3. 5 ahead of the 1. Go by 3, then 5 off of him. Go 5 in front. Go by 3, 6 in front. Trying to stay up at 3 and 1, lost the spot to the 47, they're side by side back there. Put the 1 by 10 out back. Outside, door, half off corner, clear, clear. Back 4. Driving away out back on our front. Go by 5 to the 1 you'll have a run here. Find yourself 4 back. Still 3 back. 2 back. Back 4 again. Go by 6 and 21's a little free. That 4 car moved up to the PJ 1 and 1 and 2 is down the lot, so run at bottom 3 and 4. Like 10 to the 1, 2 up into the 4. 11 more laps. That 4 ran 1 and 3 and 4 as well and maintained, so 10 back. Come into it, damn lane, man. Go by 5 here. 5 to go in the stage. So 6 back to the 4 and the 12 and 88. Slow cars are running bottom lane, you're going to get exit of 2, so 15 ahead of the 21. Just the 21, they've been running bottom lane in front of you, got 2 of them. Just the 21, 5 back to 2 wide. So outside, corner clear, all clear. Back 21, just a 66 up top, nice work. 3 to go in the stage here. Still outside 66, still there, corner, clear hot. By 5 and then 5 off of him. Two more in the stage, 2 more. One more by 12. Green checker here, how's your turn? Underwater, 20 through oil. A little bit loose. Entry to 1, 1 enemy in front of the second lane. A little bit loose all the way through, 1 entry to 3, yeah, a little bit free. So a little bit free, running up top on entry both ends. And a little bit loose. 1 entry to the line, both ends. Copy. Here's corner 1. Good job, man. Hang in there and work them. I thought you did a great job of that. We'll work on a little bit of air pressure, try to get a little bit of security. Just a little bit. Yes, it forward, a little bit. It's open, 4 tires and fuel. You'll have an opening and 2 cars won't be in their boxes. So obviously you'll be all open all the way in, stopping short. The 10 car is 16, so they'll be coming around us. Simple. Still closed. road will be open this time. Coming to me, 4 tires and fuel, just an air pressure adjustment. It's pit stall 38. You'll be clear and stopping short. Middle 3 and 4, good. First gear, 8 green down here to yellow line. First gear on your lights at the yellow line here. Right here, on pit road. 22 will start turning off now. You'll be clear and stopping short. 20 away. And 10 away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right here. Outside, at your door outside. All the way to the line there. Right there, all right, P2. Good job, guys. Sorry, I get an angle down a little bit better. Clear it up when you get there. Would you rather me stop shorter? No, that's sure enough. A little bit of angle. Forward, get a little bit of angle myself. Where you want to go at the line? That 4 was pretty good. He was like the first one to move up and make it work. But then when he got to you guys and you were kind of running the same lane, he stalled out. The 88, the last 8 or 9 laps of that run was still able to run the bottom and run pretty good. But then when he got to the 4, he stalled out. That's how they just kind of called it up to you guys. Your batteries. All right, inside 22, behind you 88. Got 88, 21 out back. 22 is control car, lap 62, going to 115. Pace cars off. 10 away. 5. All rolling. 88's half off of you. Bottom's still going to push hard. 88's 1 off of you. Itself is half off. Bottom's still going to push hard. Half back 88. Little run coming in line here. Half back 88. Half back. Still in line. 21's half off of him. You'll get a good push down the back here. Bottom's flipped up. 88 got loose. 1 off of you. Still just 1 inside. Still just 1 inside. 88's half off. Corner. Still inside corner. Still there. Corner with the 4. Still there. Just you and the 4. 3 back to 2 wide. Still inside the 4 even. 2 in the 4. 3 back. Still just you and the 4. 4 back to 2 wide behind you. Inside. Still at your door. Still there. Still at your door. Still like 3 to the bottom, 88. Yourself is 5 off. 2 back, 88 in line. Yourself is 5 off. Got to run in line here. 1 back. Still 1 back. Same bottom, but use 3 back. 1 ahead of that 4. Half ahead of the 4. Like 2 out back. Same bottom, but you again go 3 back and 6 off of it. Go by 3 in front. One back bottom, half bottom, inside corner, inside 88. About 8 to the 1, just 88 on the bottom there. Firing off a little bit too loose here. Copy that. I'll work on it. Six back to the 1, stand bottom, and 10 off of him. Still by 10, one ahead of the 88. At 18 had a flat tire on the reflex, he had to pit, that's what he's doing. Still one and just 2 wide. By 10 out of that. One in front of him. 18 is like he's got a left rear tire up. See it there. About 8 out back. Still by 6 to the one running bottom. Still by 5 in front. Even with 18. Just 18 there by 10 out back. You're outside. Half off at your door. Half off at your door. Corner, clear. Clear by 1. Clear by 1. Cautions out off of 2. Cautions out off of 2. That one's hit up high in 2. Starting to come to me there a little bit better. Start off now. Straight track. Copy that. 4. On the string away. Hold it wide open in the corner. 10-4. Pit road is open. Bang out. About 10 or 12 behind you, State as well. Free pass is 10 back up top. Free pass 5 back coming outside here. Still got a sweeper up high in 2. 3-1 to go at the line. Turn outside the 1 behind you, the 8. 88's control car in front of you. Lap 78 going to 115. First car off pit road about 16. Alright, pit spurs off. 10 away. Back. All rolling, still outside, 1 back behind you. Top's getting a better push, still 1 back behind you, still outside. Still outside your door. Still on your door, tight door, tight corner. Still there, corner, still there. Still there, back at your door. 1 back 88, or 1 back 8. 1 back 8, gonna have a little run in line here, still outside. Half back 8. Still outside the 1, half off corner, clear, still by 1, still by 1, still by 1. Still by 1 to the 1, he is clear, going to be in line here with a run. Half back 1 is help us 1 off. Half back bottom. Half in line. By 5 there. That's 3 ahead of the 22. Back 6. Bike 10, we're 2 ahead of the 22. Still 2 out front, 1 out front. Probably seen my biggest problem spot. Great. It is one part of it. Last week. Stop there on the bump, by 12. Clear by 5 in front, nothing on back. Still 4 in front. Yeah, that ain't nothing, bud. Down the top, do that anymore. Jump to the grass, turn. Report by 15. Make sure we stay on track there. We do not need to get red. About 6 in front of him, we better. Just doing him. Go outside even. Still at your door. Half on the corner. Clear. Clear by 1. By 2. One back 22, nothing behind you. Get that one going really low right there. Off there. Yeah, the car in front of you is still on the middle, should get to off at 2. Just this one last car. Outside, corner, clear high. 78 if they're running top, going to get to the front stretch. Left in the stage, plenty of time. So there, last truck. So with your door. So there, corner. So high. That blue 42 has a penalty. Going to get here at some point. 3 ahead of you. Just a 66 of staying high. 15 more left. Outside, corner, clear. Last person staying up, 50 to the back push. Corner, clear. Just at 77 here. Still outside. Have your door, corner clear. Picture that 88, blue turning off. Good 27 there. Outside, corner, clear. Cars just hanging up both ends. 4 more left. Outside, corner, clear. One more. Green up here, maybe 10%. 20 underwater. 25 under oil. Still a little bit loose into both corners. A little bit loose. Into one. Running the second. Not as bad loose. Running the bottom. Over there, but I get to the line. And if I don't get to the line, I just get free. I got to grab me on the level 1 and 2 to grip up and go, and then go a little bit free. 3 and 4. Entry is okay. I think we've done that a little bit better. Get the line, I get a little bit free there. So, made little gains there. I'd like to be a little more secure. Throw in the back. Give up turn, but a little bit more secure in the back. Copy that. It looks like pretty done. Copy. Hey Josh, check your channel 2. I didn't get you that whole run. Got me on 2? Channel 2, you got me. Heard a key up, I didn't hear you say anything. That's 1, 2, you got me? I got you there. Didn't hear anything in that run, but I do hear you now. Close. Bounce you had down into turn 3 went away as the run went on? A little bit as kind of as the pace slowed down and we weren't getting in there as hard. That went away slightly. Feel like that splitter or is it chassis? Like is it platform or splitter? Go ahead, use platform. Bounce the back out. Copy. We have a green flag cycle in the middle of this one. I may hit the wedge a little bit, just try to get some back. I'm going to do it with air pressure for right now, not take the time. Yeah, copy. Pit road's open here. Coming to me for 4 tires and fuel, air pressure adjustment. Little piece of tape right here, too. And 88 will keep going. We'll stop short in our box. It's going to be coming around again. Middle of 3 and 4, guys. Keep first gear on your lights down here at the yellow line. First gear on your lights at the line. On your lights right here on pit road. Stopping short here. 88 will keep going. 20 away. And 10 away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right here. One outside. One outside. One outside. One outside. Clear behind the 4. Clear behind the 4. On your lights to the line. On your lights right there. You're clear up. Three passes about 10 back, coming pretty quick here. You should be pitting. It's 2 back coming outside. You should be pitting there. got me on 2, Todd?
Channel 2, you got me? Channel 2, you got me?
I have you. It's kind of breaking up. I don't know if it's my radio or what, but I didn't hear you that whole run, so sorry about that. I don't know if it's my stuff or yours. It's probably mine.
How about now? Is that any better?
That is better. All right, be one to go at the line, P4.
How about over here, Josh?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Loud, clear.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear you that whole run. I didn't know you were trying to say anything. I never heard any static or anything.
Copy that. How many to go here?
Be 86 to go when you get the green.
Still need to see you one more time. Copy.
Have a 4 inside, 1 behind you. 88's control car on the bottom. 86 to go. Alright, pace cars off. 10 away. 5. All rolling, still inside. Halfback 1 behind you. One's getting a good shove from right to your bumper here. The shove is off by half now. Halfback behind you, still inside. Still inside. Still inside. Halfback to the 1. The 1's going to come with the runner. Keep him lined up. Keep the 1 lined up. Right with you inside just the 4. 1's right on you. Still getting the big pusher. Just 1 inside, just that 4. Half bottom now to the 9. Half bottom inside corner, inside. Inside the 9, 1 back to 2 wide. Still inside the 9, 1 back to 2 wide. Still inside, 1 back in line with you. Still inside, even with the 9, 2 back behind you. Still there, on your corner, trying to pull you back to your door. 2 back behind you, still inside. 1 back, bottom to 1. 1 back. Still by 1. Still by 1 to the 1. It's help us 1 off of him to 3. 1 back to 2 wide now. 1 back to the bottom with the run. Half bottom. By 2 again. By 2 to 2 wide. We're in front of both of these guys here. 3 back to the 1 now. We got clear. into 22, they're even. By 6 out back. Still even. Outside. Tight on your door, half off door, corner, clear. So by half, clear up there. In line, in line, in line. By half, by 1. By 3 behind him. By 2 out back. By 4, then 4 over him. Go by 6 or 22, stayed upper lane in 1 and 2, running a big arc to the bottom, 3 and 4. By 10 laps on your start. Over for you. Half shot. Doing a 9 inch by 12 out back. Do it, remember. Still 2 doors. Half off, corner clear. So by 2. Through back, then 10. I'll hit the 88, hit the wall. He's got right side damage here on the bottom. He's got a lot of right side damage here. By 2 out back. Go by forward, about at 88. Inside, just 88. Still inside, close your door, corner clear. Alright, by 10 to the 9, 2 on the M22. All up on here. That's 66, if not, we just staying up and lane both ends. Outside, corner, stay high. Just at 70, for staying up. Outside, corner, clear. A little bit better here. I need to be a little bit tighter. The back to be a little bit more secure. Copy that. Last part, just staying up and lean both ends. Still even. Go at your door, corner clear. So I'm starting to get a little better. He's running the PJ1 to 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4. Like 12 still. Saucers out, saucers out. That one with the flat tire down the front, and one in the 1. 10. Go over, come under. Water. 10 underwater. Door. I think we'll stagger out, put tape on it, we get a bump here. Pit road is open.
Stop and short, and flip one around it. 4 tires, fuel, tape on.
4, 6, pit stall, 30. Stop and short, and we turn around.
Full here. Save it once you get off pit road.
Pit road's closed, pit road's closed, pit road's closed. Pit road is closed. Pit road will be open this time. Same deal. 4 is pit stall 30, so be turning off early. Be clear in, stopping short for the 10 coming around.
Get yourself a little angle if you can. 4 tires and fuel, tape on.
Middle 3 and 4. First gear on your lights at the line down here. On your lights at the yellow line, right there, on pit road. away. Clear in, stopping short, and 10 away.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right here.
One outside, one outside, one outside.
Outside, 2 outside.
2 outside, 2 outside, 2 outside. 2 outside on your lights, all the way line here. All the way to the line, right there. I believe just behind the 11. You got one more outside. You're clear up. $11, $12, and then the 1 will be behind you.
Save and fuel for me. Simple.
$60 to go when you get to the line over here. Coming to 1 to go. 1 to go, P3. Outside 1, behind you the 9, 4 is a control car. 59 to go with minor. Two batteries here. Alright, pace car's off. 10 away. 5. All rolling. Still outside, 1 back to the 9. 9 help us 2 off, still outside. Still outside. So 1 back to your help, still outside, 11. Still at your door, help us half off. 11 tight on your door. Tight door, 9's gonna have a run in line here, half back 9. Keep this 9 lined up, right with you. Right on you, still outside, both lanes getting hard push. Still outside the 11. Still half off at your door. Corner, clear, clear by half, by 1, by 1. By 1 to 2 wide, 11 with the nose ahead up top. 940 back equal by 2. 2 back to 2 wide. By 5 to 2 wide. Got clear on the bottom, 5 back to 11 is 2 up of him. Nine still staying bottom, here's 3 back to 11 is 3 up of him. So 2 back in line. Stayed up the lane, 3 back, you have a run down the front here. 2 back, help us go 2 off. 1 back 9. 1 back in line. Try to stay up lane, no gain, he lost it on entry. 3 back 11, 2 off of him. Get the push on the back, 2 back. Still stayed up in lane 3 back, 11 is 4 off of him now. 2 back 9, then 5 off of him. Still stayed up in lane, there's 2 back, and run down the back here. 1 back, 1 back in line, half in line. Still staying up both ends right now. Still 2 back, there's a big run here in line. 1 back, half bottom, inside corner, inside 9. 6 back 11, inside 9. Copy that. guys are catching that forward before then. Time to go. Just 7 up top here. Clear. Low 66, you'll get extra 4, he's running middle. Just a 66 there. Outside, corner, clear. Next slow one will be up top. We get middle 1 and 2 here. So 2 ahead of the 9. Got the 78, then another one 10 ahead, running top. Still outside. Corner, clear. Just this yellow car here. Outside, corner, clear. Next on the 77, run the middle, you won't get to the front stretch. One slow in here, run it top. So 10 back to the 47. Outside, corner, clear high. Where's your runner? 47 has been bottom, he got to the traffic and moved up to the PJ1 and 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4. Yeah, just been maintaining the traffic helping with 2 car lanes, still 10 back. Just this 27 up here running in the middle. Still even with the 27. Still at your door. Still there, corner clear, clear. Been staying bottom. He moved up at 1 and 2, but no gain. So by 10, 33 to go there. time, right? That four is starting to struggle. Getting up to speed on the bottom lane here. Clear. 96 is just staying up lane. Outside even. Do with your door. Corner clear, sir. To go all out front. We'll get to these lap bars until turn one. Lap cars have been running up the lane, you won't get them till 3. Just the 4, lane off at your door. Still at your door, still at your door. These lap cars have been running up in front of you, outside just the 4. Outside, door, corner, clear, to the half by 1. One back in line, lap cars are running up. Line the 4 is going to be right here in line. Stay in line, the 13s are running up. Outside, corner clear. Just at 77, so running up the lane. Outside, corner, clear high. Up the lane, you won't get into the front strip. Just a 78. Outside, corner, clear. First row will be bottom, you won't get to the front. To go. So will be bottom 88. Get him on for 2. Corner, clear. That's going to be the 34 on the bottom. It should get to 3. Fourth and fan bottom. Black 7, just stay in the middle. Should get middle 3 and 4 here. Good, 7. Good, 7 here. Go outside your door. Still there, corner, clear high, clear. Yellow and red 27, stay in middle, get him off the 4. Ten to go. Stay middle in front of you here. Side door, corner, clear high, clear. Please get him to move, please. To go on time. Say something to him, please. I did, the last 3 laps. I gotta get any help. 6 to go. Going back to 5, we got here about 8 to the 47 running bottom. Five more. Still by 8 here, just on the bottom behind you, coming to 3 to go. Lead 11 got by him, 11 to run the bottom as well. 3 more. And bottom 1 and 2, moved up in 3 and 4, no gain. 2 more. You put that switch when you want to. Straight up the lane there, gonna have a big run down the back. 4 back 11, 3 back 11 by himself, 2 back 11, only 1 back. Up in lane 3 back. White flag here, 1 more. 2 back 11. 1 back, now we're running here, half bottom, right corner. Inside 11. White 12 here, coming in second. Outside even. Just the 11. Keep coming high here. Keep coming high. Keep coming high. Checking the flag. Idiot. Good Apple. I had to be disappointed with third. We probably over-adjusted that last stop, especially for how long I had to go. Awesome job. Good day. Come on down here. Come on down here. Right behind the 11.